for the remaining matches in the MPFL. Just 4 games to go in the MPFL, and trust me, the fans are not happy based on the fact that they dropped points against Enugu Rangers on Sunday. But for Aqua United, they are now in 14th position, having picked up all of the 3 points against their opponent yesterday, and hopefully they will also consolidate on that one and make sure they do not drop down to the NLN. Alright, moving away from the MPFL, let's go talk about the third tier also in Nigerian football. The National League One has changed the venue of some of these upcoming promotion playoff matches. The playoff matches which was scheduled for Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium in Bauchi on June 10 down to June 9 have been moved to another date. That means some of the top teams who are involved in the playoff will have to wait for further information from the NNO, because the normal schedule was meant to be 9th of June down to 10th of June, but then it has been rescheduled that they will go on to announce that one quickly. But as it stands right now, looking at some of the top teams that will be part of that one, we've got the likes of Basira FC versus Family Worship FC. These are funny names you get to see in the NLO. That is why it is called the third tier of Nigerian football. But then, according to report this morning, they are saying they will go on to announce the new venue very, very soon. And of course, the date the playoff will go down. Well, we'll definitely have to wait for that one. And of course, we'll get to see some of the top team who will get promotion to the NNN.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions once again.
All right, before we move on from the home front, quickly let's celebrate one of Nigerian top manager in the MPFL. Talking about a former Rivers United manager, Fatai Osho, has been unveiled as the new head coach of Beninese side, Sportif de la Velle. This man recently joined the Beninese side. Recently, the young tactician signed a new 2-year contract with the club. It was unveiled at a low-key ceremony at the club secretariat yesterday. Osho last worked with former Nigerian football club, talking about Aqua United, before he resigned to take up another role. And good one for Fatai Osho. Is definitely going to be one of the managers to watch out for in terms of Nigerian managers doing well outside of Nigeria. And you look at this top team also, they are one of the best team in terms of pedigree, and of course in terms of financial muscle in Benin Republic. Hopefully we'll get to see him in the CAF Confederation Cup. Of course, we are really elated about this particular story, and I'm looking forward to see the success of Fatai Osho at Sportiva Beninese in Benin Republic. All right, let's move down to the world of basketball. This one is talking about the Tigers' preparation for the Olympic game that will be going down this month. Also, the Nigerian women national basketball team, the Tigers, will begin their preparation for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Talking about the warm-up against Germany and Puerto Rico. The first test come July 19, where they face Germany at the Uber Arena in Berlin during the basketball festival. 2 days later, on July 24th, they will take on Puerto Rico in the friendly match held in France. And according to report this morning, the Nigerian Basketball Federation is looking to schedule another additional game to prepare them for a strong showing at the Olympic. Talking about that one that will go down in France this year. Well, for those who have been following the progress of the Tigers, they've done really, really well for themselves. In fact, they won, the basketball in Africa back-to-back, 4-time champion. And of course, you definitely expect them to go on and do well once the Olympic commences. Well, like I said earlier, they've done fantastically well for themselves, but then going toe-to-toe against Germany, I think is going to show how well they've prepared. And of course, playing against Puerto Rico in their friendly come-up that will go down in June, talking about July 19 rather, and after that we'll get to see them against Puerto Rico in July 21st.
Shoots, fires, shot won't go, Tucker the rebound, and that'll do it. It's over. The Bucks have done it. The long wait has ended after a half century. The Milwaukee Bucks are
finally, from the home front, this one is all about a managerial casualty coming from the camp of Wiki Tourist, the Nigerian National League side. Talking about Wiki Tourist of Bauchi, has sacked its head coach Aziz Audu over the failure to meet the target of the club. According to the club management, Bashir Salah has been appointed on an interim basis until the search of a permanent replacement for the club. Well, it is not that easy, to get the job done in the second tier of Nigerian football. Hopefully, Aziz Audu will get to, pinpoint himself with another top team. But as it stands, Wiki Tourist, they bid him farewell. He has done really well for them, but then they need to move on. They need to find another manager. But as it stands, one of their management, talking about Bashir Salah, has been appointed as the interim manager going forward for Wiki Tourist in the NNL. Right, let's move away from the home front. Let's go foreign this morning and starting with the world of tennis. Talking about the French Open currently going on in France. Let's start from the camp of Novak Djokovic. He's currently the champion of that particular competition. And he says he does not know if he will be fit to play against his French Open quarterfinal opponent. Talking about the next opponent for him in the quarterfinal. Just yesterday, Novak Djokovic won against Argentine opponent 6-1, 5-7, 6-3, 7-5, 6-3 to progress to the quarter-final of the Roland Garros. And right now the man is injured, but then he says he's not sure if he will continue to play in the French Open. Well, let's see if this particular injury is not that serious for the Serbian master, but as it stands, he's looking forward to go on and play in the quarter-final if his knee injury is not really affecting him going forward into the quarter-final. He has done well for himself, winning against Argentine opponent, and of course he's set to play against Kasper Ruud, who also beat the Serbian man last year in the final. Well, that is going to be some sort of reconnection in terms of their last performance last year, but hopefully Novak Djokovic will bounce back from his injury and of course go on to do well in the quarter-final of the Roland Garros. Right, quickly because of our time, let's look at one or two stories from the world of transfer. A lot of transfer gossip is currently going on. Just yesterday, we saw the camp of Madrid announcing the signing of Kylian Mbappe. Yes, Kylian Mbappe has signed a 5-year contract with the Santiago Bernabeu side, and of course, he's going to be paid all of his sign-on fee, but then that is going to be paid instrumentally according to the camp of Madrid. But moving away from the camp of Madrid, let's talk about Victor Osimhen also. The camp of Napoli says that they are willing to let go of Victor Osimhen, but then the clubs who are really interested in him have to come out with clean hands in terms of how well they want to spend. But then Arsenal and Newcastle United, that is the latest. They are showing interest to sign Victor Osimhen. But then you ask yourself, is Victor Osimhen willing to join Newcastle United? Maybe Arsenal, because there are reports that Victor Osimhen himself is waiting for a call from the camp of Arsenal. Hopefully, they will come quickly to get the Nigerian international to the camp of Arsenal in the summer of the transfer market. Alright, in case you're just joining us, you're still listening to Sport Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. And by the way, you can also be part of the show on our Facebook page, I-FLIER 103.3 FM. And of course, on YouTube also, I-FLIER 103.3 FM. Go there right now and go drop your comment as we look forward to the European Championship. Top flight football is done and dusted, and as such, we are preparing for the biggest European competition. The last time we saw that particular particular competition was back in 2020. Yes, that was the last time we saw that one, and it was won by the Azuris. Maybe, just maybe, they will get to play in the final this year, but then trust me, there are a lot of top teams who are vying for that particular title, and I'm looking forward to see the likes of Germany, who are the host country, and of course, I talk about Cristiano Ronaldo left side, the Portuguese national team. All right, let's take more stories from the transfer gossip. Liverpool and Brazilian goalkeeper Alisson has been identified by Saudi Arabia Pro League. Talking about Al Nassr and Al Ittihad, they are interested in getting the Liverpool #1 goalkeeper. Moving down to the camp of Aston Villa, yes, they set to complete a $5 million deal to sign a midfielder. Talking about Luton Town midfielder Ross Barkley, who is set to join the Claret also. Well, they've done well for themselves in the just concluded season, and they are preparing really well for the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal also, they will be reluctant to let go of Eddie Nketiah, but then they're saying if they see around £30 million, they will let him go to join the likes of Crystal Palace, Fulham, and of course West Ham United, who are all interested in him.
Shot won't go, tuck of the rebound, and that'll do it. It's over. The Bucks have done it. The long wait is it.
Let's talk about Manchester United also. Well, the latest information about Manchester United is that Manchester United hierarchy will decide today if they will be letting go of their manager. Talk about Eric Ten Hag, who recently won the FA Cup for them. According to report, Manchester United will decide if Eric Ten Hag will be sacked or he will be staying at the club until next season. Well, a lot of Manchester United fans are definitely waiting for this particular story. But in my own opinion, I think Manchester United, they are not doing well, no doubt, in terms of performance. But in terms of trophy, they've done well for themselves this season. But then, trust me, Manchester United hierarchy, they are looking forward to, more tangible results on the field of play, and of course in terms of success also. And as such, they are really ready, to scrutinize all of that at the end of their meeting at Manchester United today. Real Madrid have decided to exercise their option to sign Spain forward Yesulu on a permanent deal from Espanyol. Well, I think that is a big news for the Spanish international, who has been dreaming to play for his dream club, and finally his dream has come to pass. That he's willing to stay, and of course Madrid also, on the other hand, they are also willing to sign him on a permanent deal from Espanyol, and that means Madrid will be coughing out willing to sign Chelsea and Martin, who has done fantastically well for them in the Champions League. Of course, in the German Bundesliga, they are ready to cough out £35 million. Talking about the relief clause in the transfer market. Good one for some of these top players who has done well. Talking about a loan player, Esulu has done well for Madrid, and Martin has done well from Chelsea down to Borussia Dortmund, and all of this club also, they are willing also, to make sure they stay with them going forward into next season. Well, I think that is really good in terms of letting these players know that they really appreciate them. They've done well for themselves, and they are willing to take them into the team next season. Finally, from the transfer market, AC Milan, they've lined up a Lille boss Paulo Fonseca to replace the departing Stefano Pioli as the manager for them next season. Well, a lot of managerial, replacement. Talking about Napoli also, they are set to appoint former Chelsea manager Antonio Conte is going to be the manager of Napoli. A lot of managers will get to see change clubs next season, and football fans also will get to enjoy all of that going forward into the 2024, 2025, 2026 season. Talking about next year. Well, we need to go on the show for this morning. Remember, you get to join us in the afternoon by 3:05. That is where we'll get to analyze some of this top story we've brought to you this morning. And of course, we'll get to talk properly on the European Championship. Like I said, just 10 days to go for the European Championship, and trust me, that's all we need to go on the show for this morning. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Of course, do join us in the afternoon where we'll come back to take you through iSport. I remain Abiodun Akpino. Do have a lovely Tuesday morning. Bye for now.
Right in the city of Ibadan There is the first entertainment radio station in Nigeria. I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
Thing around the world. Music,